Well, it's the first weekend in January and it's -4 outside, so we're in the workshop trying to get some jobs done. And I promised you I'd show you the car that the Chrysler Torque Flight gearbox came out of. And here it is. It's a 1976 Jensen Interceptor. And it's just one of the projects I've got on the go here at the moment. But it's nearly finished. I promised myself I'd get it done for Christmas, but I didn't quite make it. All I've got left to do now is put some oil in it, run it up, and hopefully everything will go to plan. Just before Christmas I took delivery of a new lathe, well, new to me anyway. The old one's getting a bit tired and I needed something a bit better, and I also needed something a bit bigger. We're sticking with Dean Smith and Grace. Everybody will tell you that's the Rolls Royce, so let's not change. And this one's got a few features on it that I don't have on the old lathe. The first advantage it's got is metric threading. The old lathe will do metric threading, but it's not really made for it, and it requires a little bit of careful manipulation with the gears. Whereas this one is set up to do metric or imperial threading, and it's also got an automatic stop on the lead screw, so you can set it to thread up to a shoulder, which is very, very nice for some of the jobs that I do. We've still got a bit to do on the 275. The radiator's the next job. I was going to get the old one fixed, but I've decided that I'll order a new one and fit it. And the steam engine boys have got the lagging back on this particular steam engine. Ruston and Hornsby traction engine, 6 nominal horsepower, made in about 1926, somewhere there. So I'm going to push on with this Jensen and finish the installation. I'm not going to show it to you because trying to hold the camera and work underneath the car is just not going to work for me. There is an event on this weekend. It's a get-together. It's about 50 miles from me, and I thought I'd take the camera along and have a look. It won't be a very big event, but it'll be something interesting to have a look at, and there'll be a lot of like-minded people there. And here we are at the New Year crank-up of the East Anglian division of the National Vintage Tractor and Engine Club. And much to my surprise, we've got a bit of steam here. This is an Evelyn and Porter roller, and it's number 8766, built in 1916. It's rated at 4 nominal horsepower and weighs 8 tons. And following it onto the site, we've got a Burrell engine number 3388. This is a bigger roller, weighing in at 12 tons. And it's famous for being a surviving engine from the large fleet owned by Isaac Ball from Lancashire. Isaac purchased it new in 1912, and it went into preservation in 1968.
something like this work?
Yeah, real big plastic.
Washed out?
Been finding your 275 brake. Medium.
And you lift the seat up.
There was quite a nice collection of stationary engines on site, and this particular one caught my eye because it's a hit and miss engine, and if you watch, it's struggling every time it tries to fire. It takes a number of times before it will. If you look carefully, I think the problem is that the carburettor's frozen up. And here's a very, very reluctant Bamford engine. It just doesn't want to start and run. I think we'll come back later and take another look, see if it's going. My knowledge on oil engines is almost zero, but I do quite like the look of this original Petter genset. It's always good to see something actually doing the job it was designed for. This is a Fairbanks Morse 1.5 horsepower Model Z, and it captured my attention because it doesn't have a cylinder head. It looked like quite an interesting job to machine one of these. And here's an engine I've actually used. This Lister, we used to have one like it on a concrete mixer when I was a kid. And every time I hear one run, it reminds me of my granddad mixing concrete. So that was a good selection of interesting engines. I hope you enjoyed it. And as I walk back down the line, the Bamford's running. Maybe it failed to start once too often. Now let's take a proper look at some of the tractors. We'll start with this very early Nuffield. I think it was number 100 and something, so yes, definitely a very early tractor. It's petrol paraffin, and unfortunately it doesn't want to start. Well, it looks like we better leave them to it. There's one thing for sure, it's got a good battery on it. I like the look of this original condition E27N Fordson Major. It was very, very tidy, with all its bits and pieces in place. Just across from the major, there are a couple of engines on display from the Norfolk Man Cave YouTube channel.
You know what I mean? The little petrol tank on the side of the petrol power from this, don't it? I think so. I think that's what it's half a million pounds for. I think so. Like the little petrol tank.
The restoration on this little grey Fergie was very, very good. I'm sure Harry Ferguson would have been very proud of it. And here's the fast track we saw coming in the gate earlier. The fast track was launched in the UK in 1991. I forgot to check the year of manufacture on this one, but it's quite early and it's still in very, very good condition. The Alice Chalmers D270 row crop tractor, manufactured between 1954 and 1957 at the Essendine plant in the UK. This tractor is fitted with mounting brackets for an underslung hoe, typically what these row crop tractors were used for. And with that we come to the end of our visit. If you've got this far, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to give us a like, and we'll see you again soon with another video.